Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank it with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
12 years after a violent murder in the city's East End, Hamilton police have arrested and charged a Toronto man with first-degree murder in the death of 22-year-old Michael Palmer. And as Nicole Martin has found, the accused man is already in custody, charged with another murder.
32-year-old Jermaine Dunkley has been charged with first-degree murder. He was arrested at John Sapinka Courthouse because Dunkley was already behind bars. He's on trial for another murder, an execution-style killing of a man in Etobicoke in 2013. Moved to Toronto afterwards, and according to court documents, Jermaine Dunkley has quite the criminal history with a background of charges in drug trafficking, assault, and again, that murder case that is still ongoing in Toronto. Police there actually allege that Jermaine is the leader of a major gang in the city of Toronto.
I'm the head nigga in charge, monsters. You ain't here, what's going on? Bring the gunplay, got your neighborhood unsafe. Ain't around, you get the word.
Now, y'all remember when we was young and ma, pops, grandma, grandpa, unc, auntie, cuz would say you could be anything you want as long as you put your heart into it? Well, today I'm gonna be telling y'all the story of Jermaine J. Noble Dunkley. Now, by the looks of it, it seems like J. Noble had the chances and even tried, but it also seemed like certain circumstances would force him to want to be something different.
According to a report prepared for the Monstars Project, Dunkley's alleged rise to power followed a gang war that began 15 years ago when Dunkley was a teenager and some of his relatives were murdered.
It's your boy J. Noble, we here.
Dunkley is a rapper. Several of his music videos, like this one,
You buy guns for show, we like using it.
have been used by police
My goon shoot when I say so.
to build a case against him. Videos where he raps about drugs and guns and territory. It has been suggested that what is being sung or rapped about in many videos on YouTube is strictly fictional, the report notes. However, in the case of Jermaine Dunkley, his music and lyrics appear to represent reality. Part of that reality is that Dunkley's little brother was murdered.
See my little brother die, tell him that it's on sight.
On site, police take that to mean if you see someone responsible for my brother's death, immediately take vengeance. Nico Mitchell was killed 1 month after this video was released.
You know what it is, it's your boy J. Noble, Monstars Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you already know it's the King of the City DVD, so we brought some racks out for you. You know what I'm saying? Show these fuck boys in the city what it is, you know what I'm saying? Bag of racks. You know what I'm saying? Racks upon racks. It's about 50, 60, who knows? We don't even count fatty, we don't even count. We just elastic it up. You know what I'm saying? Just rub it up. It's about 5. We eyeball it. Gotta be about 5 here. What do you think? What do you think that is? Fuck. Well, you know what I'm saying? We don't even count. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fuck. We're eyeballing money now. You know what I'm saying? It's an olive thing. We eyeballing money. It's about 5 each. You know, you get 40 or 100 over, you don't know, man. Thank me later. You know what it is.
So yo, man, when you went in, you know what I mean, Toronto wasn't really saying nothing, but then when you come out, you got Drake blowing up, you got Tory Lanez, a bunch of other cats, man. How do you feel about the whole rap game in Toronto and how it's come to?
Well, everybody's doing their thing, you know? I'm not really preying the next man, you know what I'm saying?
Now, it wasn't solely the death of his younger brother Ricky in 2013 that would send J. Noble over the edge. Based on my research, it looked like it would start in the early 2000s, sometime right after he got out of high school. Earning a full ride and receiving a D1 scholarship, he would end up being crushed at the Canadian border when he would be stopped by immigration because his paperwork wasn't right. And with his hoop dreams crushed, it seemed like it led him right back to the streets as if by the age of 19 or so in the mid-2000s, he would find himself locked up on gun charges. It would get even worse when him and his girl would get caught up in a situation where they try to bring work into the jail, with that ending with him receiving a 5-year sentence for drug trafficking. So by the turn of the decade in 2010, Jay Noble was a free man, and it seemed like all his legal troubles was behind him. By that time, he would begin to work with artists like Tory Lanez, and to be honest, per people I spoke to, his name was ringing and even bigger in the city than artists like Tory, who before his legal troubles would go on to make a name for himself in the rap game. So with all the promise in the world in high school, being named to the All-Canadian high school team and even earning a D1 scholarship, with that situation not panning out, it definitely seemed like it was Jay Noble's time to shine. But I said his brother's death wasn't solely the reason that drove him over the edge, but it was definitely part of the reason.
Weeks after CTV News raised questions about a murder caught on camera, 2 more people have been charged, including the man police now say instructed the shooter. CTV's crime reporter Tamara Cherry has that story.
It is November 24th, 2013. Jermaine Dunkley in the gray toque and Sheldon Tingle in the vest walk into the North Kipling Community Center. Not long after, 25-year-old Nico Mitchell arrives. In less than 5 minutes, Nico Mitchell will be dead. When CTV News first broadcast parts of this video in August, the depth of betrayal was clear. Minutes before he was killed, Mitchell shook hands with the shooter. And when he went outside, ultimately to his death, he was seen on camera smiling before the ambush. 8 shots, and Nico Mitchell was dead. According to evidence given in court proceedings for the getaway driver, the Crown believed the man who shot Nico Mitchell was acting on the orders of Jermaine Dunkley, but Dunkley was not charged in the murder until today. A day after appearing in court on drug and gang-related charges, Dunkley was served with a new set of charges, among them first-degree murder. It appears the Crown is ready to argue that during this conversation, moments before the shooting, Dunkley was instructing the man in black to kill Nico Mitchell. And that's not all. The man in the vest, Sheldon Tingle, has also now been implicated. CTV News has learned Tingle was dating Mitchell's sister at the time. Mitchell trusted him, and now police are alleging it was Tingle who lured Mitchell to his death. After Mitchell arrived, there were a series of conversations. Here's Tingle talking to Dunkley. Then Tingle meets with the shooter, and then the shooter meets with Dunkley. Tingle goes to the gym where Mitchell is watching his brother play basketball and walks out about 40 seconds later. Tingle walks outside and puts a towel on his head. Mitchell is on his way. There are greetings. Mitchell arrives. There are more greetings. Then the shooter, and then the shots.
And police believe the motive for the murder was a misplaced revenge for the murder of Dunkley's brother. In addition to their charges of first-degree murder, Dunkley and Tingle are charged with participating in the activities of a criminal organization, as is the alleged shooter, who is already charged with murder. Reporting live, I'm Tamara Cherry.
Last night, we showed you video of the murder. Today, 3 men accused of killing Nico Mitchell at Northwest Toronto Community Center appeared in court. Here's our crime reporter, Tamara Cherry, with more on the alleged gang leader who police say ordered the hit.
One by one, the 3 men accused of murdering Nico Mitchell stepped into the prisoner's box. And as they did, Mitchell's smiling father watched and waved.
This is a long time coming. It is very obvious. Everybody knows that what happened, so we'll see what happens from here.
Jermaine Dunkley, accused of ordering the murder, laughed as he was led away in handcuffs. Rashane Hales-Wilson, accused of pulling the trigger, waved back. It is a case that's been nearly 2 years in the making, and a crime that was caught on camera. Dunkley was arrested earlier this year as part of a project targeting the so-called Monstars street gang. This is significant because it appears evidence from that case will play into the murder allegations that Dunkley and the others are now facing.
My sons.
The motive, police believe, a misguided act of revenge. Misguided because police say Nico Mitchell had nothing to do with the murder of Dunkley's little brother. Someone else is wanted for that homicide. The 3 men now charged with the murder of Nico Mitchell are due back in a Toronto courtroom next month.
By the time 2018 will roll around, Jay Noble would find himself facing a murder trial where the prosecutors, or whatever they call them in Canada, would include 10 of his rap videos and use that as evidence against him. Along with that, CCTV footage and wiretaps of him and his alleged Monstars associates, a group that the prosecutors would present to the jury as a gang that Jermaine J. Noble Dunkley was the alleged leader of. They would go on to convict him, as well as the shooter and the getaway driver in the 2013 murder of Nico Jenkins. In the trial that would go on to be a spectacle, it would even bring down a 12-year veteran of the police force, with him being heard on wiretaps, agreeing to take payments from the gang for protection, where he would give them information regarding any kind of search warrants that the police was doing on them. Now, if this story don't tell you one thing, it should definitely let you know that you can have all the potential and all the chances in the world, but your circumstances and your environment a lot of times will control your outcome. Now, y'all make sure y'all hit that red bell and subscribe button. We appreciate y'all rolling out the red carpet, Toronto. Can't really remember if we ever been here, but we be back soon. Y'all on some wild shit. Y'all make sure y'all hit that comment box. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what I got wrong, what I missed, all of that. Definitely tap in with me directly. Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And y'all know the rundown. Until the next time, salute the almighty MOBB.